All right, the fourth most common mistake we would typically see with homeowners when they're looking at how they get their electricity or revisiting it with possibly getting a solar and battery system for their home. That mistake is that they get a system that's smaller than what they need for the long term. So what that means, there can be multiple causes for that, but let's say one reason might be they only get a system with solar panels, but what that means is that the electricity only generates the solar panels only generate electricity during the day, and a lot of people use more electricity at night, like in winter when it's colder, or when they get home if they're not home during the day. And so if they only get a solar system, a lot of it is exported in the middle of the day because it's not used. So we generate electricity, it goes to supply anything on in the home first, then any excess will go to the grid, it gets exported, and the electricity company only pays people a pittance for how much they get back for exported solar electricity. They only get back 5 or 4 cents a kilowatt hour typically, and that rate is reducing each year. Last year it was 7 or so cents, and now next year it might only be 3 or 2 cents typically, and potentially going negative in the future. Another reason why systems can be undersized is because the usage might increase. So the company might size the system based off their recent electricity usage, and that might be enough to meet their baseline. But if their usage increases, then it might not be enough to fully eliminate their electricity bills because they're using more. But the system is enough to cover that high increased new usage. A third reason is that the battery does reduce in capacity over time. So the warranty for batteries on the market is typically always at least 70% capacity after 10 years. So if a company designs a 25 kilowatt hour battery, installs a 25 kilowatt hour battery, because the homeowner, the home is using 25 kilowatt hours of electricity maximum per day, and that's what we typically do. Like, we will size the battery based off the battery usage, but we'll also take into account how much the electricity might increase in the future and recommend some larger options for more future proofing. So yeah, but let's say the home is using like 25 kilowatt hours on average per day in winter, which is typically the highest period of usage. So they get a 25 kilowatt hour battery, but then after 10 years, the battery has at least 70%. So that's 17.5 kilowatt hours if you work it out. I did have to calculate that before. So yeah, 25 times 0.7 is 17.5. Now, another reason is that, so if it's just to finish that, if they get 25 kilowatt hour battery now to cover their winter usage, but it's only 17.5 kilowatt hours in 10 years, then they typically need to get another battery upgrade to meet the usage, which might also increase because of electric vehicles or using the air conditioning more. And so after 10 years, the battery rebate will be gone in 2030 in 5 years or 4 years from now. And so they will not get a battery rebate in 10 years. And so they'd have to pay more because of that. Another consideration is that in 10 years, it might not be possible to upgrade or add on batteries to an existing battery because of incompatibility. And so the whole battery system may have to be replaced. So it ends up costing more. Another factor is that while the warranty is 10 years, a lot of people estimate the lifespan to be more like up to 15 years because that's what is expected typically for these kinds of battery chemistries. They can have been expected to last that long and tested in acceleration tests to be able to last that long. And oftentimes the electricity is more likely to increase in usage if it's low in the first place. So if it's designing off a system like off their current or recent usage, but they use a home uses significantly more than because the electricity costs less, then it's not ideal to get a small system just to cover the recent usage. So I hope that makes sense.